Hi, Mary, thank you. As the school year comes to an end, think about taking some time to do something for yourself. Dr. Michael Kim is here today to talk about mommy makeovers. It's a popular procedure after childbirth, and moms trying to get their bodies back. Good morning, Dr. Kim.
Hey, good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
This is increasing in popularity, this type of mommy makeover, which is actually, what does it consist of?
Well, if you think about almost 4 million babies are born a year, and our age of our moms are increasing. So, you know, these moms, basically their bodies get stretched out, their stomachs and their breasts. And after their last baby, often their body isn't what it used to be, you know, between the stomach and the breast. So a mommy makeover basically is plastic surgery to reconstruct or bring them back to hopefully where they were, sometimes even better.
That makes a lot of sense. You have some pictures here of some of the different things that you do, some befores and afters, and my gosh,
Yeah,
what a difference.
so this patient had, I think, twins, very large amount of increased weight during pregnancy, about like 60 pounds, and so you can see all the skin stretched out. So in addition to breast getting deflated, the stomach muscles and skin get all stretched out. So, you know, people often ask, can you do them together? Well, we actually do them quite often together. And so the tummy tuck, as you can see, the stomach is tightened, excess skin is removed, muscles tightened, and the breasts augmented, sometimes lifted. And so obviously on the right you can see that the body is brought back to hopefully what it used to look like, or sometimes even better.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal. That's great. Another example there.
Yeah, another patient who had in her 40s, and she's done with kids, and you can see the breasts are sagging, excess skin. She had a mini tummy tuck in her breast lift with augmentation. You can see that, again, the body's lifted up and looks a little bit tighter. She can go back out with a bathing suit and not feel ashamed of her stomach the way it looks.
Yeah, she looks great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and of course, you know, lifts with breast augmentation can be done. You can see how the breast gets stretched out during pregnancy. Some people get up to double Ds, and then they stretch out, and then after the pregnancy, they deflate, and there's too much skin, so you have to do a lift where you remove the excess skin, tighten up the breasts, and then often we'll augment them too and add a breast implant.
How difficult is the recovery for something like this, especially if you have multiple procedures done? Obviously, many of these women have young children then at home that they are dealing with.
Yeah, that's probably the hardest part of the procedure, is having help.
Yeah.
Fortunately, most of the patients have family in town that can take, but I would say these patients often need help for at least a week to get around the house with the kids, etc., and they're not allowed to do any heavy lifting for about 6 weeks. So
wow.
their activity is limited. Obviously, you can pick up small babies, but when it comes to heavy activity, not for at least 6 weeks.
And I would assume whatever procedures you would have, it would be picked specifically for that person. Not everybody's going to need the same thing in a mommy makeover.
Correct. Fortunately, some women don't need both procedures. Some women, they may just need a breast procedure, maybe just abdominal procedure. So everyone's surgery is tailored to their needs.
All right, it makes a lot of sense, and you can see the outcomes are fantastic. And, you know, it's nice for moms to be able to get those bodies back if they can do that.
And the cost of the procedure, probably somewhere between $12,000 and $20,000 for everything, depending on the procedures and the area of the country. I did some research on that. And, you know, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of these procedures done a year. So it's a pretty common, breast augmentation, tummy tucks, liposuction. It's a very common procedure that we do on these women.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Dr. Kim. We
Sure.
appreciate it. You're watching Week News This Morning on WXCW.